there and welcome to Matt's Garage. So today I'm going to be changing the cam sensor on this 2005 PT Cruiser Turbo. This is a turbocharged convertible, but it shouldn't make any difference. Even if it's a non-turbo, it's going to be very similar. It won't have this turbo line here, but the cam sensor is still just right here. Just a single plug on it and two bolts. They're 8mm bolts, and then you'll have to probably undo this clamp here, which is 10mm, and just to get this line out of the way. At least on my other car, this line's right tight against the cam sensor. It looks like somebody's grabbed this one and bent it out, but normally you'll find them right tight against it, and you'll have to undo that clamp just to get the line to flex out a little bit there. It's no surprise that this sensor's failed, because you can see right there there's a crack in it. But often the reason they fail is actually because of bad grounds. So that's what I'm going to be doing before I replace the sensor. I'm going to clean up my battery cables, get in here and clean up these main ground points in here. I actually have a video on doing that I'll link up in the description. But that's what I'm going to be doing to make sure that my new sensor doesn't fail right away. Now, the symptoms of your sensor failing: you might get a no start, or your car might just go into like a limp mode like mine did, where you have basically no power and the car just kind of bucks and sputters if you get into the gas too hard. I'll get all these ground points cleaned up and then I'll get back with you here. Okay guys, so we're just changing the cam sensor. Got the new one there. It's actually used, but a good one, an OEM one, and it's nice to have the air box out of the way. Of course, I think you pretty well need to. So as I said, in most cases you'll have to take that 10mm clamp off to get this line out of the way. Since somebody's already bent the line, I just have to get two 8mm there, and I'll get the plug. It's got that safety retainer, and then just depress and pull down just like that. So I know from experience that you have to hold this rubber hose back here to access that. Even if this isn't bent out, you'll have to. Okay, that is it, and then it just pulls straight off just like that. And then you just want to clean up the gasket surface there. It's just got this rubber gasket on there. So yeah, you can see it had started to crack there. I think someone just over tightened this one. It's an aftermarket one also, so they don't hold up as good as the OEM ones. We'll get in there and just wipe that up. Just make sure you're wiping away from the inside of the engine, pulling the dirt away. And I have gone around now. You can see I've gone ahead and cleaned up all those ground points. Battery cables, ground point down in there, the ones down in there, down in there, down in there. So just make sure you're doing that, otherwise you'll be wasting a sensor more than likely. You should have seen some, I'll drop a couple pictures of what the grounds looked like. They were just a ball of corrosion in there. So, you know, when that happens, you get all sorts of electrical glitches. Okay, and we'll just give one quick wipe over the end of the cam where the sensor picks up. And then we'll just put the new one on. And you just want to torque it up evenly and don't overdo it. I'll drop a torque spec if I can find one. Just use a nut driver is best. There we go. And I'm just going to put a little dielectric grease on that plug. You plug that in, and then just lock that tab in again. The last person hadn't locked the tab again, so I of course had everything apart to clean up my grounds there, but if you're not doing that at the same time as replacing your sensor, really all you have to do is take out your air box, just an 8mm on there, and then pull it straight up. You wouldn't even need to disconnect the battery, but it wouldn't be a bad idea to just disconnect a negative cable there. And that's pretty much it. That's how you change your cam sensor in your PT Cruiser. Just put your air box back and your battery back. Put a little Vaseline around these, or a little dielectric grease works too, and that'll make your air box just slide down there nice and easy. A little tip of the day. So I hope you found the video helpful. Thanks a lot for watching Matt's Garage. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourself a great day. Well guys, we're just out on our test drive and the car's running nice. No engine light or anything now. It's making good power. Sounds good.